favorites are Kenny Dillingham, Jon
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sumrall, and James Franklin. Those are the 3 betting favorites to be the next head coach at Auburn. I'm not suggesting that's what's going to happen, but that's the betting favorites. James Franklin is the coach I want to get the job for personal entertainment reasons.
Absolutely.
And I think he would do, I think he's what they thought Hugh Freeze was, which is, he's guaranteed to be pretty good. We're going to get to 9 or 10 wins. And I think James Franklin would get to 8 to 10 wins most seasons. I don't think he's going to win the big game. I don't think he's going to win championships. I don't think he's good enough, but he's really good. He's Mark Richt, Big Ten style. So a really good football coach. But most importantly, it would be so much fun. It would be very Bruce Pearl. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Why do you, hey, Virginia Tech fans, why do you think he hadn't signed a contract yet?
Exactly right. Kenny Dillingham is a really good offensive mind, but the fact that you want Kenny Dillingham is based on all the things that are so odd about Auburn. Oh, he was here for 1 season 6 years ago, and he went to a playoff last year with like some NFL players. Like, again, NFL.
He really loved those 7 months in Auburn.
Like, those are all the weirdest reasons to be obsessed with a guy. I think there's nothing to say that he wouldn't be a good coach. I just think it's very like flash in the pan Auburn thing to do.
But
and
by the way, I'm just saying, like, if the coach comes through your town for 7 months, that doesn't mean he deserves to be the head coach of your school or he has some affinity for your school.
I agree. And then Jon Sumrall, who has ties to like almost every SEC school somehow, some way, like coached in Louisiana as a head coach, coached in Alabama as a head coach, is from Alabama, coached at Ole Miss, and went to Kentucky. He's tied to all of the jobs, basically, potentially, if Lane Kiffin decides to leave. And I think Jon Sumrall is the most like, he might be the one time where the boring, smart thing to do actually becomes like the thing the fans want too. You know what I'm saying? Like, rarely does that happen.
I think he should be the head coach.
I agree. I think he's the guy I want to go get. But, like, rarely does, like, the thing that is smart and boring equal the thing that is most exciting for fans. Rarely does that happen. And I feel like Jon Sumrall is one of the few guys that actually makes that happen for any of these jobs. Auburn, Oklahoma, Auburn, Arkansas, Ole Miss, whatever.
Florida. By the way, also, like, Jon Sumrall would be I don't want to – all right, whatever. He would be like Bruce Pearl. He has that energy to him, meaning I think he can get the fan base rallied around. Like he's the type of guy to me that gets out in the community. I'm just watching what he's done at Troy and watching what he has done at Tulane. Like, he can go rally a base. And I think that folks out there will look at it as, we're going the Billy Napier route. We're going the G5 route. No. I think Jon Sumrall is
this guy's brain is on another planet.
Dude.
Like, his analytics
I was speaking with some
his,
Tulane folks, man, about him. Planet. And I've known him for a while from his Troy days, you know.
Yeah, I interviewed him. I stopped. I made my family stop on the way to the beach during 2020. I think it was 21.
You went through
maybe. So don't tell anybody, but that's the sneakiest way to get to the beach is to go through Troy, because it's a 4-lane.
Every time to go to spring meetings.
It's a 4-lane road, and it gets you right to don't tell anybody. Cape San Blas. Also, the first rule of the Cape is we don't tell anybody about the Cape. However, so I made him stop during spring practice like 5 years ago to like stop and watch a few minutes and chat with Jon Sumrall. My kids are in the car going like, "Dad, I want to go to the beach."
What the hell is wrong with you? Like, just be quiet, kids. I need 2 hours.
Hey, we drove to West Virginia to the New River Gorge for our summer vacation this year.
Tell me you went by and saw Neil Brown.
I made them. No, that was too far north. But we stayed in Lexington one night for the first to break up the trip. We stayed in Lexington because we weren't leaving until really late on like a Thursday or whatever.
How you only got an hour and a half up the road and you had to pull over to sleep?
No, it's like a 6-hour drive to New River Gorge.
No, I was talking about you stopped in Lexington.
That's about 3 hours. Anyway,
whatever. Okay.
We didn't leave until like 7 o'clock because of
okay.
From Nashville. So the point is, we get to Lexington at like 10 o'clock. We wake up the next morning. I make him go see the University Boulevard there next to the Kentucky football stadium. So there's pictures of my girls like trying to sneak into Commonwealth Stadium. Then we drive through Huntington and to get to where we're going. And
Marshall.
We sneak into the Marshall Stadium, and I have a picture of my kids like inside the Marshall Stadium. I have pictures of my kids inside the Missouri practice facility from 2 summers ago, before anyone in the local media had a chance to see their brand new indoor practice facility.
You got to be kidding me.
I make them stop at every college town we pass to go look at the stadium. It's like a new
God,
thing that
I
I'm
love
doing.
you even more. Okay, that's fantastic. By
So
the way, like,
I'll see if I can post it. I'll see if I can post
Yeah,
it.
that's it. That's just
Anyway,
fantastic.
what is the right, like, obviously I think LSU and Florida and Penn State are quote unquote better jobs. I think Auburn is getting, we could talk LSU here as well, because I think the governor thing is so overblown.
Yeah.
I think it's so overblown. If you're Nick Saban and you're interested in coming back, then maybe the governor thing matters and you're like, I don't want to deal with that shit. And so maybe that's the same with Auburn. Like if you're Nick Saban or you're Urban Meyer, which by the way, Urban Meyer, oh my God, would be amazing. Nick Saban would be amazing. Those guys are so high up that like they're only going to come back and come out of retirement if it's like the exact perfect right thing for them. They can be super picky if they want to be. I don't think all the noise around Auburn or the noise around LSU or even the noise around Florida, I don't think it matters to a guy who's going to go in there and do a great job. I don't think it matters.
I'm curious too, because are we going to put, if Ole Miss potentially opens, Ole Miss and Auburn both looking for coaches, you know what I mean? So I'm just prefacing that for down the road. If that happens, I'm not saying that Lane's leaving Ole Miss, but I think that where you have Auburn on the pecking order, I think feels about right. I think Auburn is, I don't mean this in any disrespect, but Auburn's not the team from 15 years ago. Auburn's not the team 10 years ago. And I mean that as a whole. I think that they can go out there, and if they go out and land a Jon Sumrall or even a Kenny, you know, if Kenny wanted to take a chance, Dillingham, or Franklin, like I think that would be very, very intriguing to me to watch them continue to grow, because they have money. They got money to spend. And I think that I don't think the politics, like future Governor Tommy Tuberville, you know, the state of Alabama, you know, his ass ain't going to be out there saying some of the dumb things that Landry. I don't know. Maybe I should take that back. But you know,
I was gonna say.
I mean, and if you had Lieutenant Governor AJ McCarron,
it is a demotion.
Senator Paul Feinbaum, like you're just walking into
it is a demotion to go from the Senate to the governor's mansion. I don't know why people don't realize that, but whatever. Continue.
Have you seen the governor's mansion in Alabama? Like, it's not okay. Whatever.
No, I'm just saying, like, governors are not
next
to the seat of power in the world the way the Senate is. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, correct. I just think that the LSU thing is, there's a reason why Osprey got the job so quick at LSU. He's the new athletic director. If folks missed it, they hired a new president 2 days ago. The new president immediately announced, pretty much it was a done deal, that the interim AD was getting the job. So there's no AD search. Now you got the president. Now you got the AD. Now you got to go find the head coach. They will. I just feel like right now, the governor also is, like, we all know why the governor was getting involved last week. Okay. It's because the freaking election was yesterday. Like, let's not make this hard and complicated. His crazy ass came out and wanted to say stuff about Scott Woodward and all this stuff. By the way, Scott Woodward's already.
There's an election in Louisiana yesterday?
Right. Yeah.
There was?
It was primary day yesterday.
Not but like, that was only like was that only like Virginia, New Jersey,
they had
New York,
a couple
California?
things going on.
Oh, okay. Right. I think if you know the history of Louisiana governors being intertwined with LSU football, then you know that this is how it works.
Right.
They're always a little cuckoo. It's all of Louisiana culture.
Like,
yes, if you are great at your job, you don't give a shit about what some guy says at a snap, press conference. My point is,
by the way, we can't give you any money for your, you're deprived of food because of the government. But hey, by the way, Scott Woodward, you're a dumbass. Like,
here's a buyout. Here's millions of dollars. No, my point is that, like,
I know
LSU has always been laced with all that weird stuff, and these articles from people you and I have known for a very long time, like guys that men and women I respect in the media, who are like, LSU used to be an elite job, now it's not after Governor Landry said what he said. I'm like, no, it's not. It literally has nothing to do with what Jon Sumrall or Lane Kiffin, like the upside. I actually think all the chaos at Auburn, this is my point. The nonsense at Auburn, which is always there, has never stopped Terry Bowden or Tommy Tuberville or Gus Malzahn or Gene Chizik, of all people, from winning big when it's going correct. When it's going right, Auburn can win big.
It's
Now, is
not
it
like
harder?
Mr. Yellowhood just hopped on his horse 10 years ago. His ass has been around for 35 years.
Is it harder today with Texas and Oklahoma? Sure. Is it easier today because the playoffs 12 teams? Yeah, it is. I think Auburn is a great job. I love the city of Auburn personally. It's one of my favorite towns in the SEC. That's a different thing altogether. But if the right coach goes in there and runs a professional college football program, which is what Auburn has never been able to really do, if they can go in there and run a professional college football program, they will win big. Now, is it national championship? I don't know, but they can compete for one.
It's because they need a CEO to come in there and run the program, period.
Bingo.
They don't need an offensive coordinator. They don't need this. They need a CEO to come in and run that entire program, something that they have not had in a very, very long time. That's why I think, if I'm just being straight and honest with you, I think James Franklin would be such a good hire, but I threw one out earlier in the week. And I know it's only Wednesday, but I threw one out on Monday that I thought if there's one coach out there that needs to reset because things are going south where he's at now, it's Dabo Swinney.
Oh, don't hire. See, that's the most Auburn. That's the stupid Auburn thing to do.
I know that.
No, go hire a professional adult. What did Tennessee do after 15 years of dysfunction? They hired a gangster. They hired the right president. They hired the right athletic director, and they hired an adult professional football coach.
You mean Beverly Davenport was?
Go hire a
John,
professional adult.
I know.
Okay, let me take a victory lap on motherfucking Hugh Freeze for 1 second.
Okay, here we go.
Because the problem I had with the Hugh Freeze hire, and I've said this so many times on the show, is not that I don't give a shit about what he did at Ole Miss. All that stuff's legal now. Like, honestly, I think prostitution should be legal. I really don't have a problem with victimless crimes. I don't have a problem with paying players. The holier than thou attitude is what it is. I don't like it. It pisses me off.
By the way,
like,
Brady is not condoning what happened at the high school, but keep going.
I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm talking about what happened at Ole Miss, which is NCAA violations that are now basically legal. I don't care. That's not the issue. That wasn't the issue. The two issues I had with Hugh Freeze all along was the inherent risk you were putting your campus into because of the weird ass shit he did at Briarcrest High School in Memphis, paddling teenage girls behind closed doors. That is an insane thing to do as an adult male. Number two, pressuring a victim of sexual assault at Liberty through direct messaging is an insane thing to do. Those are two insane things to do. And the only way it is ever worth it to overlook those two insane things is if you are getting a guaranteed national championship caliber coach like Urban Meyer, who does a lot of the same nonsense on his campuses with women that and his track record of not protecting women around his own coaching staff. Those are the things that those guys did that I don't like. And if you are telling me that Hugh Freeze is going to guarantee you a national championship, then be honest about what your priorities are. I'm willing to put the women of my campus at risk to win a national championship, then let's do it. There's one problem. Hugh Freeze hasn't sniffed anything close to a national championship, and I never understood the risk of hiring a guy who has this track record of odd, bizarre behavior to get to 9 wins. He's never been better than that, and I never understood it, and I'll be honest, I don't root against or for coaches, but adios, my guy.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm gonna try to be very gentle here with this one. To the families and daughters of head coaches that want to get on TikTok and act like you're crying because your father just got $15.8 million to walk away and you've been living the life.
Is that what happened?
Kiss my ass.
All he did was play golf every day. He didn't even
play golf with his
day.
wife and went to the facility and played worship music over the speakers during practice and saved me with the fake Joel Osteen bullshit. Okay. Your daddy just got a big payday to go away and you've been traveling on private jets for the last 3 years everywhere. Save me the bullshit on TikTok with your fake tears. Just want to put that out there.
So, everybody say, hey.
I think that Auburn made a mistake.
That good of a coach.
No, he's just not. Everybody got attracted to the name. Everybody got attracted to the aura of Hugh Freeze and his dumbass sitting in a hospital room in a bed with his hands in the air when Liberty's playing a football game. And then, by the way, what he did at Ole Miss by winning a couple of games and beating Nick Saban twice. That's it.
But
He didn't do anything else. He got a top 5 recruiting class because they were paying out the ass, and other schools weren't willing to pay $1 million for a defensive lineman at the time.
Who like to jump out of windows?
Right, exactly. Like, let's not get this all twisted, okay? Like, he hasn't done anything. So I could, man. I'm
gonna go get a guy who got kicked out of school because he had an assault weapons cache in his trunk of his car. Like the stories around Hugh Freeze are insane.
I mean, dude, we could go for days on this.
Do you remember being in Dallas? You and I were hanging out in Dallas. I think down in the lobby of a hotel after media days one night, and it was the last night. It was the last night, so everyone's like packing up to check. Like we're all gonna do work on Thursday and then fly out and leave.
Yes.
And the only in 4 nights of being in Dallas at media days, there was one coach of the 6 team who lingered in the bar with a cocktail to talk to media. And you can bet who that coach was. Number 1. And number 2, I have called him Baby Billy for most of since the Gemstones have come out because I just think he's Baby Billy. That's what he is. And if you're telling me which of the 16 head coaches in the SEC at the start of the season was most likely to be caught water skiing naked, it would be Hugh Freeze. so look, good luck, my guy. Whatever you got to go do, like have fun. But he's not a good coach. He's not worth the risk. He is awful to the women in his community. Peace out, my guy. Have a good time. Have a good time. Don't go hire that. Don't go after the flashy thing that like just makes you feel good for a short period of time. And I don't know if Kenny Dillingham counts as that. I think Hugh Freeze does. Brian Harsin, I'm not even sure what that was. But now you've had Cadillac as an interim. You have DJ Durkin as an interim. This is going to be their 6th coach of a game coming up next season. And you got to hire an adult professional and quiet it all down.
Last thing I'll say on Auburn is you've got to stop the bullshit with these coaches. Harsin got fired, and we all know the stuff that was around that. Cadillac was let go because he wanted to pursue other opportunities. That wasn't the reason why Cadillac was let go from Auburn.
No,
Hugh Freeze, no, it wasn't. Hugh Freeze comes in, and you got to deal with the bullshit around him. Go hire a stable ass coach, man. Like, it ain't hard. Like, you have put yourself through a PR nightmare for 6 years. I could go a little bit longer if I wanted to, but at least Gene Chizik and Gus Malzahn, like, they had respect to their names. They, you know what I mean? Like,
Gus Malzahn was a professional adult football coach.
Absolutely. And just stop.